The town of Maplewood had always been the kind of place where everyone knew everyone. Among its residents was 16-year-old Emily Carter, a bright and ambitious junior at Maplewood High. She was adored by her teachers, loved by her friends, and the pride of her parents, Diane and Richard Carter. Her father, Richard, was a respected accountant, known for his friendly demeanor and dedication to his family. To all, they seemed like the perfect family. But behind closed doors, there were cracks in the facade. Emily had started to notice things: whispered phone calls, late-night meetings, and the tension that clouded her father's once warm smile. She confided in her best friend, Jenna, telling her that something didn't feel right. She feared her father was keeping secrets. On the morning of October 17th, 2019, Emily left for school at 7:30 a.m., wearing her navy blue hoodie and carrying her backpack, but she never made it to class. By the afternoon, her mother grew anxious. Calls to Emily's phone went straight to voicemail. None of her friends had seen her. As night fell, panic gripped the town, and the Maplewood Police Department issued an urgent missing persons alert. The community came together, scouring the nearby woods and searching every street. But 4 days later, the search ended in horror. A hunter discovered a shallow grave deep in the forest, and inside lay Emily's lifeless body. She had been strangled, her arms covered in defensive bruises. The town mourned, struggling to comprehend how such a tragedy could strike their quiet home. Sheriff Mark Ridley initially suspected a random act of violence. The brutality suggested an impulsive attack, perhaps by a transient. But as investigators probed deeper, inconsistencies surfaced. They turned their focus to Emily's home life, uncovering troubling financial records linked to her father. Richard Carter was not the upstanding citizen he appeared to be. He was drowning in debt, tied to a dangerous man, Leo Vasquez, a loan shark with a reputation for violence. Investigators discovered that Richard had been making large cash withdrawals in a desperate attempt to pay off his growing debt. But it wasn't enough. Emily had unknowingly placed herself at the center of this dangerous world. She had overheard a conversation between her father and Vasquez, one that made it clear he was in over his head. She had planned to confront him. Instead, she vanished. A breakthrough came when police reviewed security footage from a gas station near Emily's route to school. The grainy video showed a black sedan stopping beside her. Moments later, Emily was pulled inside by none other than Greg Simmons, Richard Carter's longtime business partner and friend. Greg, it turned out, was working with Vasquez, under pressure to ensure Richard paid his debts. He had been ordered to send a message, but when Emily fought back, he panicked. In a blind rage, he strangled her and hastily buried her body in the woods, never expecting the town to rally so fiercely in the search for her on November 5th, 2019. Greg Simmons was arrested and charged with Emily's murder. He later confessed, insisting that he never meant to kill her. Richard Carter, though not directly involved in the murder, was charged with fraud and accessory to a felony for his connection to Vasquez. His once perfect world had crumbled, and he now sat behind bars, haunted by the consequences of his actions. Emily's death left Maplewood shaken. What had seemed like a senseless act of violence turned out to be a crime rooted in betrayal and desperation. The town lost its sense of safety, and Diane Carter left Maplewood, unable to bear the memories. To this day, Emily Carter's story is a chilling reminder that even in the most picturesque towns, darkness can hide behind familiar faces.